Oh, jeez.
Just act like you're coming through. Yeah, there you go. Act like it.
Finn. Individually? You want me to talk now about this guy? Hi. No, hey, this is Kyle Lowe. I've had the privilege of coaching him for the past 4 years, particularly the last 2 years with that other stiff of a brother that he had out here. No, but it was a real pleasure having Kyle out here for the last 4 years. Particularly the last 2 years, looked like he was really enjoying it more. And what was always nice about coaching him is that I could say something to him and he'd kind of like nod already ahead of time. He already knew what I was going to say before I say it. But just a real pleasure to have out here, not only the games, but practice, both in and out of the water. And it's been a fun 4 years, at least for me. I know that. That's why I said that. He says he's not much of a talker.
My talking was last year.
All right, who's coming down next? Rick, I always call him Cardenas, but it's Cardenas. It took me about a month to figure that one out, or not figure it out, but just got his name right. But unfortunately, he was only with us for a year. A real positive, fun guy to have around who's picked up the game really quickly. Even though he didn't play soccer, he looked like he played soccer, but it was actually basketball. But no, just a real positive, very coachable, and just a real pleasure. Fit in with all the guys here on the team, and just unfortunately was not here for the past 3 years, but really enjoyed it. All right, one more time. Ricky Sweet. Seems like he's been here for 6 years. But that's in a good way, that's a positive way. One of the hardest workers I think that a Concord waterfall has ever had. When we had the Olympic Masters guys out here the other night, it had been a couple of years, and most of them remembered Rick from a couple of years ago, and he remembered them, so he's an institution here. But truly a hard worker, real pleasure. I mean, with a lot of the kids having out here, but a very hard worker, always wanting to learn, and it's been a great 4 years. I've really enjoyed it.
All right. Did you get it? Did I get it? Hey, Richard, Cardenas. Get a picture of all of you together. You did?
Patty did all that.
Did you tell Coach that you actually was saying his last name right? Go, Lindsay!
All right, I've only had these girls for 1 year, so I don't know as much about their history as I'd like, but when you think of Lindsay, everybody thinks of her smile. Look at that beautiful smile. She is by far the goofiest kid we have on the team. Whether it's joking about her gun show or something she learned in practice, she always has enthusiasm. She's always the first one, no matter what happens in the pool, even if we have a bad day, she's the first one to kind of get her own enthusiasm back and spread it out to everyone else. So she's kind of our little conscience that way. And she does a great job, and we're going to miss her. Welcome, Miss Katie Hillstead. other than being Jess's cousin, when I think of Katie, I think about dedication. Katie is not only always here, but when she's here, she's working hard. She's always trying to learn something new, always trying to get better, keeps her mouth shut. The only thing she's ever asked from me is for advice and more playing time. And that's the kind of player we really appreciate. So, thank you to Katie.
Okay.
Welcome, Marisa. When I think of Marisa, I think of a rock. Not because she's dense and ugly by any means, simply because she is so, I'm saying, it's the exact opposite. She is so steady and she is so calm. Everything's going crazy out there, and you can always count on Marisa to bring a kind of an island of calm there. Now, if you looked at the stat sheet, you might think she was a hot-headed diva based on how many times she gets kicked out. But she's not. She is very calm, has a great mature attitude, which is very infectious. Girls get all antsy, they look at Marisa, they can kind of take a deep breath and relax. She's our rock. She's the foundation that keeps us kind of stable. So thank you, Marisa.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's a picture. Go, Tasha! Tasha!
All right. Welcome, Tasha. Who slapped Tasha's butt?
Whoa!
Who didn't slap Tasha's butt? Maybe that's a better question. Tasha, when I think of her, I think of the human highlight film, right? You guys know she's our fastest swimmer. She's also, sorry Maddie, arguably our best shooter. But she's so quiet, right? You go through a game, you don't realize she's there for a little while, and all of a sudden you see this streak coming by, catching up with their best defender. Or this cap, number 10, pops up in the middle of nowhere, waiting patiently for everyone else to catch up and get her the ball. She's very exciting to watch because she can do it all. I don't know if she plans on swimming or playing water polo after high school. She's arguably a better swimmer than she is a water polo player. I hope she does, because she probably more than any of us has the potential to do both and to do them well. So thank you for all the highlights.
Number 16.
All right, I made these girls go together because I can't think of them totally separately, but we will. When I think of them, I think of Salt and Pepper, right? Not the rap group, for those of you old like me. But I think of them because in some ways they're very different, and yet they complement each other beautifully, and they certainly bring spice to our team, and I mean that in a very good way. As you all know, they were elected by their teammates as co-captains this year, which says a lot about how their peers look up to them. They have each taken it upon themselves to do the dirty work. Marisa shows no fear, throwing herself in the middle of the jumble of bodies, trying to get the ball, trying to get a shot out. Maddie has taken it upon herself to match up with the other team's best player and try to shut him down, even if it means she doesn't have as many opportunities as she would like to score. They're both doing the hard work so the team can go. I don't know what we do without them. They are the dynamic duo, as Patty said, our co-captains. Let's give them a big hand. Before we do anything else, I want a big hand for all of the players, boys and girls. Everybody. The seniors.
All girls. Seniors.
All right, one with me and then just with him.
Oh, we're missing a senior. Oh, there.
All over.
I've had 6 days. All right, now just you guys.
Yeah.